Here is Granny. She is come to my house today, and she is teaching some of her great grandchildren how to sew. And right now she's teaching them how to thread a needle. Oh no, Sophie's done dropped her needle. Did you find it? You haven't found it yet? It's down there. We'll find it.
It's easy once you get, see how you just roll it around and roll it with your thumb. And then take it.
There you go, put it. Wait, let's see. Now remember up here, you gotta scoot over a little. Did you scoot over some? Yeah. Okay, that's fine, but next time scoot over a little bit farther. Good job.
Multi-generational sewing lesson.
Maybe no, that's no. This is. Alright, so now, Joe, now you're ready. It's both ugly sides, but when you're done, you're gonna flip it inside out, and it'll be all pretty. And nobody will see it, okay? And Granny said to go across
And
the
then go
front.
back.
Go in the back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hurry on, go back in.
Now I go
Good.
back.
You just made
See,
it too long.
Let me show you how. It's much easier if you do
Watch your feet
like
when you
this.
shove through there. Keep up your feet, Joe. Scoot down some. Look, I was gonna show you how little Granny's. See how they're little. Granny, you scoot over some. Yeah, good. There you go. See, you don't need to say what do you mean, what do you mean. You knew exactly what to do.
All right, guys, we're doing a quick dinner tonight since everybody's over here sewing. So we're just gonna have some peas and butter beans and some cream style corn. And then Haley saw this chicken recipe that we're kind of modifying a little bit, but it's so quick and so easy. So I just wanted to show you real quick like. Okay, guys, all it is boneless, skinless chicken breast. You put a glob of mayonnaise on each one and spread it around like this. And, and I put a little garlic salt on the frozen chicken first before I put the mayonnaise on there. And then we're going to put shake and bake crumbs on top. And then we're going to use Parmesan cheese on top of that. But you can just use the recipe Haley saw, which is the mayonnaise and shredded cheese, any kind you have.
Hey guys, it's really, really good. Me and Phil did it the other night. I cooked it for Phil, and if you don't like mayonnaise, this, like, once it's done, it doesn't taste anything like mayonnaise, and Phil loved it. And he's not a huge mayonnaise fan. And we didn't have the shake and bake. We just did mayonnaise and then whatever your favorite shredded cheese is on the top. And it was so easy, and it tastes like restaurant chicken. It was so good.
Oh, I can't wait to try it. I have put mayonnaise on chicken before, but it has been a while. So when she said that, I was like, it just moistens this chicken, and it kind of gives it a flavor, because to me, the boneless, skinless is also tasteless.
Well, it's like this sauce. It ends up being like this white sauce that you would, if someone didn't tell you, you'd have no clue it was mayonnaise.
Right,
That's
right.
So crazy.
All right, so after you do that, just put it in the oven on 350 for what? About 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah, if you do with bones and skin, you might want to do a little longer, but with the boneless, skinless, those don't take as long to cook.
Mm-hmm.
We just do it for like 45 minutes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to give it a shot. And here's I got my butter bean and peas going and my cream corn. Oh, yum. We got this cream corn from the farmer's market, and let me tell you, it is something good. Okay, here it is with the shake and bake on it. And now I'm fixing to put the cheese on it. cheese, and now I'm fixing to pop it in the oven.
Hurt.
All right, what happened, Jovi?
I sewed my pants together.
She's doing such a good job, and then she sewed herself to. She's gonna be part of the quilt. Grab her feet. Grab her back.
So warm.
Upside down and then hand her feet.
You heavy?
Yep, you got her?
So gross. Well, they're already.
You're pretty well clipped. How'd you get out of there?
Wow, it fit through the hole.
You might have fit through the hole.
Portia's like, what are you guys doing? Oh, I just stepped in her poop.
With socks on.
Yeah, with socks on.
Right, let's see this one. All right. Okay, all done. Now I can't fly out of my pen and get eaten by foxes. Here is my granddaughter going to the orthodontist during COVID. I'm not allowed to go in. She's standing outside with a mask on because only so many people can be in the office at one time. There she goes. It's crazy. 1 bell pepper, 1 onion, 1 small bulb of garlic. This one's tiny, y'all. It's not a great big one, so that's why I'm doing the whole thing. All of this chopped. Okay, there it is, all mixed up in the bowl. Your onion, your green pepper, and your little tiny bulb of garlic. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Fresh food is so beautiful. You've got to admit. I'm going to do 2 pieces of toast. 1 cup quick oats. Okay, you can see the oats and the bread just crumbled up in the bowl. There you go. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Packed brown sugar. Tablespoon seasoned salt. All right, so that's the dry ingredients. You just want to kind of mix them all together. Now, if for some reason you don't have a pepper, don't worry about it. You don't have to put it in there. If you don't have an onion, use onion powder or onion flakes. If you don't have garlic, use garlic salt or garlic powder or both. All right, it's all incorporated. Now we're going to start with our wet ingredients. 3/4 cup of ketchup. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. 3 large eggs. And y'all, it's always a good idea if you're making a recipe like this to break your eggs into a separate bowl just to make sure they're good, because if you broke a bad egg into all of this, you would have to start all over again. And I mean, just the waste of ingredients and time would be a tragedy. Oh God, that would be so horrible. So it's always a good idea to break your eggs in a separate bowl and then add them. And last but not least, you want to put in your ground beef. This is 2 pounds ground beef, and it will make 2 loaves. So, I've got 1 pound ground beef and 1 pound ground turkey. But you can do it however you like. Just make sure you do have a little bit of ground beef in there, because you really need that for the grease, which sounds gross, but it makes the dish a lot better. So that's why I do half and half. I do a little bit of health and a little bit of good taste. So, and ground turkey tastes good too, but it just doesn't have the oil in it that the beef does. So that really flavors it. All right, you just mix it all up. Get good and mixed. And then you'll divide it up and you will put it into your loaf pans. Okay, there it is in its little loaf pans. I usually use glass ones, but they are up at the lake and I forgot to bring them home. So I'm using the non-stick. I just don't really care for cooking in non-stick, but it'll have to do today. And it cooks just fine. I just have a thing about it. I'm weird. But yeah, there it is, ready to go into the oven. 2 good smelling. It already smells good, y'all. I haven't even, baked it yet, and it smells delicious. So anyway, we're going to put the oven on 350, and we're going to bake and probably about 45 minutes. Now we're going to make the mashed potatoes to go along with our meatloaf. And I use Idaho potatoes for this. I've used all the big ones, and all I've got is well, that one's pretty good size. But anyway, sometimes I do the little tiny, like red potatoes, and golden potatoes. And when I do that, I keep the skin on. But when you use the Idaho potatoes, I peel them. And then I cut them up into chunks and I boil them. I'm fixing to cut all these up. Oh, I had something to I use 1 potato for each person I'm cooking for, plus 1 or 2 more for the pot. So that's where we're at right now. I'm fixing to cut these puppies up into chunks so I can boil them, even sized chunks. All right, now just cover them with water, put them on the stove to boil, and when they do start boiling, sprinkle some salt in there. And you want to boil them until you can stick a fork in them and all the way through, and they feel very tender. Okay, the meatloaves are out of the oven. Look how pretty the green and purple, the purple onion and green peppers show up. That looks so pretty. But they're out. I'm going to do a little slice in one of them and make sure that it's cooked all the way through, and if so, then they are done. The sides, see, they look like they're good and done, and that's why I pulled them out. But I always slice in the middle just to make sure. All right, fill the middle of your hand with salt. Water started boiling, so now you want to just put your salt in. There you go. All right, here are the potatoes. I have boiled them, and then I drained them, and now I'm fixing to mash them up with my handy dandy masher. Now you can also do this with a mixer If you like them really, really, really creamy, then mashing them with a mixer. And a lot of times people start with this and then they finish off with a mixer. So if you like them, and I guess that would be called a whipped potato, where I just do plain old mashed potatoes. All right, first we're gonna put a stick of melted butter in them. So I poured the butter in, and now I'm just gonna start mashing my potatoes with my masher. The butter kind of keeps everything soft and mashable. But you just mash until you get them good and mashed up and softened. Okay, so the hot butter got put in, and then I mashed them all really good. And now I'm going to add in a cup and a half of half and half. And you can use milk, you can use heavy whipping cream. So, you know, just whichever one you like. If you're cutting down on calories, you can even use skim milk. I don't know how that would taste, but I'm sure it would be good. But I'm using half and half, a cup and a half. And now I'm going to mash it around again. All right, got that stirred in. And when you first put it in, you'll think, oh, that's too much. But potatoes just soak up everything. So, and I wanted to tell y'all, I have got 10 potatoes in here, okay? 10 Idaho potatoes. This is for 10 potatoes. All right, next up, the secret ingredient to the best mashed potatoes you will ever eat. Mayonnaise. This is a cup of mayonnaise. Now you think, okay, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. I don't want mashed potatoes that taste like mayonnaise. Well, they don't taste like mayonnaise, but they give them the best flavor and they make them so creamy. And I mean, the taste is just bar none. So they're not going to taste like mayonnaise. People that eat these potatoes are like, wow, what's in these potatoes? They're so good. And they never, ever guess mayonnaise. So just try it. Don't freak out when it comes to the mayonnaise. Just try it. And I'm telling you, yum. They are already tasting delicious. To finish them off, put you some black pepper in it and a little bit of garlic salt. Go ahead and taste them so you can know how much salt you need to add. But instead of just plain salt, do it with garlic salt. And there you will have the best mashed potatoes ever. And like I said, if you want them really, really, really creamy, you can do them with a mixer, an electric mixer, and it will make it just whipped creamy. So, but yeah, that's it. It's that easy, and it's so delicious. Trust me on this one. Give it a try. You got yours also?
No, I got that. Wait, this one? Kita's over?
You seen the
No, I just got one like it. She made a couple of those.
I did have
That's cool.
Wait, whose is this? Did y'all buy it from the store?
A lady from the post office made them.
Oh, from the post office.
Yeah.
Right. Tell Poppy, you'll have to show her the picture.
Yeah.
No.
You play on PC at all? I know you.
Yeah, that's what well, when I'm playing like by myself,
I think it was a military base. It's
The
not
hat.
for the keep everything.
The hat is
Clean and everything like that.
Have you tried to level up any other characters up?
Is it good, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, weapons.
Did you get a chocolate chip one, Emma?
No, she decided to do.
Oh, blueberry. Oh, that's even better.
Kay, do you want bacon?
We all got blueberry.
You do?
Yeah?
Emma,
No.
you draw. Emma, do you want bacon?
Ooh, bacon.
So that you needed to wear some clothes. I like the socks.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice outfit.
Yeah.
He's always handsome.
Who got you dressed up, blind lady?